welcome to the Only One Not to podcast. And in today's episode, we will be talking about debts versus responsibility. So the question will be: should a man be responsible for the significant other's debt, and vice versa? In this episode, I will explain exactly what I think about this and why I disagree with this. So I believe that each person are entitled to their own debts, and they should pay that by themselves, and it's in their responsibility to do so as being a adult. And it shows that they are committed to whatever necessary endeavors they are going through. In my experience, if I was to open a debt such as a credit card, I am expected for myself to pay for this. And yeah, it's nice to have other people help, but as an adult, that's my full responsibility, and I'm going to pay it accordingly. So let's say if I was to have, my wife pay for my debts, I wouldn't like that, honestly. And as a man, having morals, this isn't something that I would tell people to do and like encourage people to do. So I'm gonna say that this is something that I wouldn't highly recommend as a man, because it just kind of puts myself in a position where I feel like I am not of value, because obviously I am a man and I'm supposed to provide and all that, right? I mean, because I live in a world where um, I want to provide and I want to do all this stuff for my family. So I just it's something that I wouldn't like, and I wouldn't recommend. So, but but let's say this: if if we were to get a debt together and we were to pay for it, yeah, that's fine, right? But let's say if we both agree and I agree and she disagree, and I will need to go in my own ways to obtain these debts, that is entirely up to me, and I wouldn't expect her otherwise to pay for these debts. And this is also vice versa on the significant others end. So the reason why I stated otherwise, and is because we live in a world where we are supposed to be equals, and with being equal to each other, each individual should pay for their own debts if they're going out their own ways to obtain these debts. As a man, I am going to provide protection, shelter, and necessities. I also want to bring awareness to people out there that in today's state of a modern relationship, it's been realized that these relationships do not last that long. And I believe that it's probably the cause of toxic feminism. And the reason why I believe so is because I'm starting to see a big trend in the world out there, and that it's enforcing bad behaviors in women, not teaching them to be womanly and having good morals for themselves. And so, with that being said, I'm going to provide some statistics and have you guys understand exactly. Maybe you probably already you guys already probably know the reason why, but for the viewers that have no clue, 70% of divorces are initiated by women, and then it goes up to 90%. if they are well educated. And I'll be giving an example, a more in-depth example why I do not agree with the being responsible for the significant other's debt. And so, let's say this for example, we're gonna everything that I said prior, we're gonna put that on the side, right? I invested 50% and or more to of my income to my significant other, right? And we can say this on both ends. And but to me, this is on a male's end towards his significant other. So she goes to school, and I'm providing for her 50% and more, right? And so I'm giving her necessities. I'm getting her a car, paying for her gas, right? Getting her food, clothes, whatever is necessary, right? So later down the road, um, my wife or my significant other will graduate from her college or her school, and then obviously afterwards, once she graduates, she's gonna then find somebody else besides me. She's going to find someone who's more in line with her, someone who she prefer in terms of preference, to her needs, her social status. And this is something called hypergamy, and I want to teach my audience exactly what I mean. Hypergamy is it's kind of like um, a social status where uh, a woman would date in her class or higher, and a man would date across, below, and above his class. So this is hypergamy, right? So obviously, men they can date in all spectrum from high, medium, low. Women will only date from her same level and high. This is the spectrum for both genders. And so then she then initiates a divorce, right? And then she will obtain a 40% alimony or more. And so, with this being said, 98% of alimony cases goes to women, and they will win these cases, right? So then, if we were to go to court, 90% goes to a woman with children. So as you can see, there's a 2% difference and a 10% difference, right? And we're fighting for equality, right? Especially the women, feminism, they're fighting for equality, right? And so then, what's really equal to that, right? When you look at the stats, I can argue that it's only one way. So we obviously know that the court favors females or the wives or the women's, right? So we know that majority time, mostly the whole time we go to court and we try to fight back, we're gonna lose because these stats are there for a reason and they show truth. And obviously the court system is failing men because they I don't know, maybe there's some sort of hatred towards men. I don't know. And so knowing these facts, I want to teach people out there, especially the younger generations and my generations are probably getting into relationships, that you guys should prepare yourself and set standards, find the right person for you. I also want to state that if either gender is um, just solely looking for um, money, status, and equity, these person you're gonna have to like let them loose and stay away from these types of people because if you're in a really if you want to be in a relationship, you have to have love and commitment towards each other, and if you cannot have that, then you guys obviously shouldn't be with each other. And so this is something that we in general should be aware, and we should obviously find somebody with better morals and better ethics. And so later down the road when you guys have kids, you can teach your kids for better. And yeah, I mean, pretty much what I'm saying is have standards. Either you're a man or a female. Find somebody who is willing to go through thick and thin with you. So, when having these standards, as the examples I just told, I don't also believe that it's beneficial to just men. I also believe it's also to women, right? So, when a person or each other person is providing, the, let's just say, an equal amount of effort into a relationship, right? Then we could avoid having any ill remorse towards the whole situation in the relationship, right? So, like one person be like, well, I pay 70% of everything, and the woman doesn't want, the woman wants more than 70% of what he's doing, right? So there's got to be a fine balance between the two, right? So this is kind of the way I see the balance. And so, I mean, we can argue otherwise for both male and female too, right? But this is how I see it as it be equal on both fronts. So each person is to their own, and like I said, that's a fine statement that I like to say. It's a specific phrase that I've been thinking a lot for the past couple months uh, while trying to make this video, and I think it's very important to talk about. So yeah, so just make sure you avoid these type of people who's looking just for money, and debts and material objects and material things in life, because not everything is always good. You're gonna have a time where you fall very low, and if you have a significant other that can understand that and move with you willingly and cooperate with you while you're at your lowest, then she's the right person. But if she's not that person, then I believe you got it all wrong, because I'm trying to teach everybody exactly what can go on, just based on experience and seeing people that I know go through this. So I've known a couple of family members in my life that have dated um, their girlfriend for a very long time, and at the end they left. So when you're in a relationship, you want to be in a really committed relationship instead of something that it's very fragile and anything can happen the next day, right? And so yeah, I mean, just find the right person and hold each other's standards to their own. Be responsible for your own things. If you're willing to cooperate, that's fine. But at the end of the day, we all must prepare ourselves for the worst. And in today's standards, relationship standards, it's not that simple like it used to be back in the old days. There's more requirements now, and yeah, I mean, I really hope you guys take this into consideration, and hopefully you guys learn something from this. Hopefully this is educational and it gives you an understanding of why I am against it. And I really, I really want to say thanks for my viewers. Thanks for watching. Thank you for my subscribers for subscribing and keeping in touch with me. I've been, a little busy over the summer. I have my kids here, off of school, summer school, and taking them out. Just doing the daily, monthly, daily, weekly dad stuff with them. So yeah, I'm trying to push out more content, and I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscriber by, hopefully by the end of next year. If not, then we're gonna keep striving for the best. So if you guys like my video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.